it's Gwen in the morning. Welcome to the latest edition of Wellness Wednesday. In this edition, we're going to answer a few of your questions. I've had many of you submit questions and ask general questions, which is exactly what we were looking for. My first question that I received was, how do you feel? I get that all the time. Amazing. And I can't say that enough. It's been absolutely amazing, life-changing. I've never felt better. Never felt better. Another question that I've gotten is, am I a candidate? I don't even know if I can. Some people are and some people aren't. You need to be at a point where you can lose 75 to 100 pounds for a bariatric procedure. Roughly a BMI of 35 or over. Now, BMI does not always constitute a weight loss procedure, but you would need to be at a point where you could lose 75 to 100 pounds. Now, anybody can attend any of the seminars at Medical Center Hospital. They're the second Monday of each month, and they happen at Mission Fitness, located on Faudree and 191. They're free and open to the public. Now, the ages. Anyone from 18 to 50 is a great candidate, and even people over 50, depending on various health testing, your results on those kind of things. Now, the most important question that I've gotten, I guess, was my downtime. What was my recovery time? Well, you're required to stay in the hospital 3 days. Then I came home for the rest of the week. I was in the hospital Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I returned to work the next Tuesday. I would have gone back on Monday, but it was Labor Day, so I waited. I was only off work a week. I never felt like I had surgery at any point in time. Even in the hospital, I was up, I was moving around. Obviously had to take things slow. I'll be 100% honest with you, the worst part of the entire thing was the staples. That's it. The worst part was the staples. And of course, they were out 10 days after. So that's really, insignificant in the grand scheme of things. I cannot express how great Dr. Davenport and his staff have been through the whole thing. Even the nurses who took care of me in the hospital, it's been absolutely amazing. And I encourage you, don't be afraid. The only thing that anyone can ever tell you is no. But don't be afraid to inquire. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to ask. Another question has been, how was Thanksgiving? Well, for the first time ever, I lost weight after Thanksgiving. It was only a pound, but it was on the negative side instead of the gain side, so that's always good. I enjoyed green beans. I enjoyed some turkey. I had a deviled egg, and, I got a few little pokes and fun because I ate out of the small dessert plate instead of a nice big plate. And one of the things that I noticed was that, first of all, I don't judge anyone for anything, but I looked over at a plate sitting on the table and I thought, oh my gosh, look at all that food. How does one person eat that? When in actuality, last Thanksgiving, I was the exact same way. That was my plate, and I most likely probably would have went back for more. So it's just amazing to see the difference of then and now, to think how far I've come and what I've learned and how things have changed. And don't tell anybody, but I did have a bite of pecan pie. Shh, we'll keep that between us. Just one small bite though. But yes, Thanksgiving was quite fun. I look forward to Christmas being the same way. I have been bumped up. I can have certain vegetables and certain fruits. Another question that I received was, I would like to introduce this process to my wife, but I don't want to hurt her feelings. She obsesses about her weight. She's uncomfortable about her weight, and I just want her to feel as beautiful as I think she is. Well, a great way is just to turn everyone on to Wellness Wednesday. Just to say, hey, have you seen the videos? Have you, checked it out? And I would talk to anyone about this at all. A lot of people say, this is very personal and is very open, and it is. It's a very sensitive subject. Even for me, as open and as honest as I always am, not everybody's 100% all the time. And there are things that you see that aren't really as they appear. Everybody can step on a stage and play a part, but may not always be that person in real life. As confident as I've always appeared, and as jolly and full of life, there were things that I struggled with behind closed doors that many people didn't know about. I was not happy with myself. And I can honestly tell you, for the first time in my life, I'm okay. I feel amazing. I feel worthwhile. And I've said this before, and I didn't have the surgery before because I wasn't to a point where I was ready. You've got to be ready. It's definitely a life change. It's definitely something different. Life is completely different afterwards. Learning how to eat, learning how to drink, learning how to, interact in social settings when there's food around. So there's things that you have to be willing to change. But for the most part, I would have to say the biggest thing in me was the internal part. Yes, the sleeve has changed my life. It does help with the overeating aspect and the losing weight aspect. But I think the biggest change came within me, that I finally felt that I was okay, and I was finally good enough. I was good enough to love myself, that other people loved me for who I was, not what I was or wasn't, or what I looked like or what I didn't look like. And I finally figured out that I was worth it, that I'm worthy. And I think that's been the biggest change of all, has been internally. Of course, externally, there's tons of changes. Yes, I've lost weight. My face is thinner. My clothes are smaller, and all that is great. But the biggest changes come within, and that's what I'd have to say I'm most grateful for. And it won't work until the change comes within you. And I don't know if anybody had ever had those questions, but I guess somebody needed to hear it because it just came out that way. So I encourage you, yes, if you do have any questions, please ask. Our next step, my next doctor's appointment with Dr. Davenport and the nutritionist Kyle will be in February. And fingers crossed, the goal is to be at close to 100 pounds by the end of February, 100 pounds lost. So we'll definitely keep you up to date. And of course, check in with us every single Wednesday right here on Wellness Wednesday. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do so. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel because we bring you a new video every single week. And if there are any more questions, please feel free to email, Facebook, call, any of those things. And of course, don't forget to check out Medical Center's website. Any of your bariatric questions can be answered there. And we look forward to seeing you next week.